Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Our physical theme for today is the neck and the jutting chin. We'll be working on that, strengthening and stretching and self-massaging our necks a bit. We are drawing on Martha Graham's quote about letting the channel be open for the vital energy to flow through us. So we'll be doing a little dancing along with Martha Graham. Very helpful dancing. All right, have a seat, feeling your connection with the floor, the earth beneath you, lifting up through the spine gently, tucking the chin just a bit, feeling as if a raindrop came down through the middle of your head, it would drop down through your body, out your pelvic floor, and right down into the earth. Welcoming in the breath, letting the diaphragm descend, ribs swell, lungs expand. Of course, just letting it all flow out. This generous breath that supports you, that quickened you as soon as you came out of the womb. The breath that second by second gives you vitality. The breath that creates a channel in you, a channel of life force. The breath that shapes your own unique expression of the life force. One more deep, long breath. And removing anything high underneath you. Bring your hips onto a blanket. Let one hand slide out and the other one come up, feeling that nice long stretch from the hip up through the armpit, just back and forth at your own pace. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. Gradually coming back through neutral. Bring one hand across to the opposite thigh and the other one back behind. Letting the weight go down through the sits bone. Letting the crown lift up, tucking the chin just a bit. Because there is only one of you in all of time, this expression of the life force is unique. And stretch out the arms to the sides as you come around and hold that twist on the other side. Again, sits bones down, the spiral of the spine elongating upwards. If you block this expression, it will never exist through any other medium. Release and come around. Now we'll open the front of the spine by bringing the arms wide, wrists and elbows and shoulders are loose, and exhale by bringing arms, elbows, hands together and chin to chest, just as much as is possible, always modifying for what you need. Continue with this opening and closing, letting the front of the spine open and then arching a bit as hands come together. Breathing fully, keeping yourself open and aware to the vital energies that motivate you. And one last time. And bringing the hands back to the thighs. We'll think about the neck a little bit. If you just relax as you sit, if it's me, my pelvis kind of goes back, and then my shoulders slump down a little bit, and my neck starts to go forward. We have lots of movement in our neck, so it's fine to move in that way, but we tend to lock it in place as we work at our computers or work at our cell phones, or even sometimes when I walk, I think, where's my chin? And here it is out here. So it's really quite amazing the extent to which the chin goes before us. The neck is heavy. It's about 10 or 11 pounds. And when it comes forward an inch, then that adds 10 pounds to the neck muscles, also to the trapezius muscle back here. The trapezius muscle is connected to muscles that go down through the neck and connect through the chest. And so the chest muscles are affected as well, the jaw and the shoulders. So keeping the neck very flexible and in a neutral line with the body is very important. Let's massage our scalene muscles, the muscles that go from the back of the ear diagonally down the sides of the neck and come down towards the collarbone. Just rubbing the fingers down in line with those fibers of that muscle. Relaxing in the face as you do so. Now we'll come across those fibers. Bring the hand to the opposite side of the neck. Cover that hand with the other hand and pull the skin gently as you come around. Fingers just come around towards the trachea and stop. Do it once again, coming across the fibers of the muscle, then turning the chin towards that shoulder on that side. And 2 more times. Relaxing down the shoulders, rubbing around, turning the chin. And exhaling as you go. Now we'll do that same self-massage on the other side, bringing the fingers back towards the cervical spine and the back of the neck. Other hand comes on top, rubbing around, and the chin comes around towards the shoulder. Two more times. Martha Graham also tells us that there's no need to compare with others. Just keep your eye on the direct and clear business of expressing yourself, your own unique self through the life force. Now we're going to come down that muscle, bringing the opposite fingers to the top of the muscle, and we're going to come down it, bringing some of the skin with you, not too gangbusters, and turning the chin away from the hand, lifting the gaze and the head a bit and jutting the chin out. Coming back, rubbing the hand down the fibers of the muscle, turning the head, lifting, jutting the chin. And one last time for this massage and stretch. Turning, lifting, jutting. And come back through center. We'll come to the other side. Fingers rub down the muscle, turn the head, lift the gaze, and jut the chin. Come back through center, and 2 more times. Hopefully you're feeling a good stretch there. And come back through center. Let's bring our hands back behind us and give some attention to our hips. as we let the knees go back and forth. Let this be a dance today. Give yourself good support through the shoulders, and then just let the hips move. And gradually let the arm enter in. Establish a flow, a dance, and maybe you want to add your own self-expression to it. Anything that feels good here. And then gradually you might bring your whole body down on the floor on one side and stretch, and on the other side. And again, you might bring your own version of this, a modern dance right here on the floor. Feels good to just stretch out. And gradually coming up through center once again. Bring the legs wide. Bring one hand onto the thigh. The body turns towards the opposite corner. Rub the hand down the leg as the hand in the back opens up. Arm might stay straight up, honoring any issues with the shoulders, or it might come over. Feeling that opening in the hip and waist, and coming up once again and over on the other side. This tends to get into the side glute and side hip, as well as the ribs. And then just flow back and forth between those several times. Maybe coming across the middle if you would like to. Anything that feels good, as if you were Martha Graham creating a dance. And gradually we'll come back through center. Put the blanket to the side, but we're going to come back to that very soon. So keep it near. We'll come down into a lying position. Take a little breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, relaxing down between the shoulder blades. Let the left leg be extended with the ankle flexed. Right leg lifts up. Reach the heel towards the sky, knee is soft. Then becoming the hand of a clock, let the leg come over the midline, over towards 3 o'clock, down to 6 o'clock, modifying any way you need to for your hip range of motion. Coming up and over 3, 6, perhaps you come to 9 o'clock, use the inner thigh to lift back up, and one more time round. Lift up and bring that leg down. Flex the right ankle, extend out through the heel as the left leg comes up. Stretch the heel towards the ceiling, softness in the knee, relaxing down through the shoulders, the back of the head. Then letting that leg come across the midline over to 9 o'clock, down to 6, 3, lifting up with the inner thigh. 9, 6, 3, up, and one more time round. One last lift up from the side, and slowly let that leg come down onto the mat. Bend the knees and bring them above the hips. Raise the head and shoulders with fingers giving some support to the sides of the back of the skull. One leg comes out, the other knee comes up towards the chest for leg extensions, toning the abdominal muscles. A little draw in through the pelvic floor. Abdominal muscles alive, strengthening. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet down. Now we're going to come to using the blanket. So if you could roll the blanket, a pillow would also be all right. And if you don't have either of these, you're fine. You don't need them absolutely. If you have the blanket or pillow, bring it back under your head. Bring the feet wide on the mat with the knees tented in, leaning in towards each other. Bring the fingers up under the back of the skull. So to show you, I'm bringing them up under this, the back of the bottom of the skull, the occipital ridge back there. And just nestle the fingers in, rubbing gently, and then just nestling in. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out a big sigh through the mouth. Relaxing down. A couple more times. As you nestle those fingers in. Enjoy that self-massage. 3, 2, and 1. Then we will turn over. Head can still be on pillow or block, or if you don't, pillow or blanket. And we're going to have the knees slightly bent. The hand, the top arm, the hand is going to come to the caplet of the shoulder, and we'll turn the elbow as our hand is on the shoulder. Just choosing a direction and bringing it round. This helps to stretch out the armpit, down the side of the ribs, the shoulders in the back and the front. Now the next time we're going to straighten the arm and bring it round the opposite direction. If this causes any kind of strain or discomfort, go back to the hand on the shoulder, because this can be a little bit tough on the shoulder. So modify the circle as you need to, or bring the hand back to the circle, to the shoulder. Now, as you bring your arm around, or if your hand's in the shoulder, same thing, let the arm or elbow hang out back here behind. And you'll feel a little bit more of a tense place, stuck place back there, tight. If your arm is back, let the hand circle, wrist circling one way, and then circling the other way. Spread the fingers, make a fist. Spread fingers, make a fist. Once more. Then bring that arm back. Observe the shoulder. And we'll roll over onto the other side. I'll come over to this side of the mat, rolling over or coming to the other side of your mat. Hand goes onto the shoulder once again, turning the elbow. Softening the gaze, feeling what that feels like through the shoulder, the armpit. One more time around. Stay there if that's best for your shoulder, or straighten the arm and bring it round, modifying the circle to what you need for your shoulder. One more time around. And let the arm hang out there in the back. Circle the wrist one way. And if your arm's straight up here, that's fine too. And circle the other way. Taking care of the body, number one here. Then open the hand wide and make a fist. Open wide, make a fist. Open wide and make a fist. And bring it in. Once again, we're going to come onto our backs. Bring the feet wide. Knees are tented in towards each other and hands are on the lower abdomen. Lift head and shoulders just as much as works for you for 3, 2, and 1, and bring it back. This is to strengthen the deep neck muscles. Inhale and exhale up. 3, 2, and 1. And come back. And you can feel this all the way down through your abdominal muscles. Inhale, exhale, and hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let it come back. Remove the blanket and take a nice long stretch. Stretching one wrist up and one heel down, and then the same on the other side. Then rolling over, we'll come up into a tabletop position. Bring hands directly under shoulders and knees directly under hips. Make sure that the shoulders are well supported. Let the tailbone rise as the stomach sinks and heart slides forward. Then let the tailbone go down as the back arches. And back and forth, letting the tailbone dance here, rising up and the tailbone tucking under. One more time, initiating the movement through the tailbone. Then bring the forearms down and clasp the hands. Hands clasped, forearms down. Tuck the toes and come up into a puppy pose. Arms are strong. Chest is coming just slightly down towards the mat. Then walking the feet out in back, we're going to come down into a forearm plank. So I'm on forearms, hands are clasped. Knees can be down here if you need them for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the body come down. Let the hands come under the shoulders. Glutes are alive here, and knees and feet are close together. Let the face come down towards the mat. Then with a long neck, let the eyes follow a ladybug forward towards the wall in front of you. And bring the chin back. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Then follow that ladybug once again without any energy in the arms, and let it go up the wall just a little bit. Then come back, tuck the chin to chest. Keep the neck long here as you follow the ladybug, and this time a little energy into the arms as you follow that ladybug a little farther up the wall and come back. Weight into the hands, tuck the toes, raise the hips up and bring the weight back over the feet for a downward dog. Let knees be very soft, long through the arms, fingers wide for good support, energy coming back through the sides of the body, back through the long spine. Maybe paddling the legs a bit here as you open up, letting the shoulder blades come out towards the edges of the body. Letting hips come back a little farther towards the wall behind you, and heels coming down a bit. Then coming forward into plank, knees down or knees up. Your choice. Use your choices wisely for your body and its possibilities and limitations. 3, 2, and 1. Elbows come in, knees down if they're not down already. And we'll come into bringing the forehead onto the backs of the hands. Forehead onto backs of hands. Feet are at hip distance apart. Engage the right glute. Engage the right glute as the right leg lifts up just a little bit and comes back down. Engage the glute and bring the leg up just a bit. You might even feel, is that glute engaging back there as you come up and down? If it isn't, you might bend the knee, and that will make the glute engage more because you're not using your backs of your thighs, hamstrings. Then we'll do the other side, lifting. As you engage the left glute, lift just a few inches, engage the glute and lift. 3 more times, bending the knee if you need to. Bring the hands then back along the sides, palms down, arms along the side, palms down. Inhale as head and shoulders rise. Arms come into an inverted V, palms out to the sides and thumbs up for 3, 2, and 1. And come back down. Remember to engage your glutes, your hamstrings, and your back muscles as you rise once again. Whole posterior muscle chain alive here, coming back down. And one last time, lifting up, holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come back down. Bring hands under the cheek, just rest for a moment. Coming back to the awareness of the breath. The awareness of the channel, your channel of life force. Then pushing through the hands, we'll come up onto knees. If you have issues with knees, you can always stand for this as well. Hands come to the back of the sacrum, and elbows come together, shoulder blades squeeze together, long from the pelvis up through the sternum, long through the tailbone, as the eyes go up towards the juncture between wall and ceiling. And come back, and we'll do that one more time. Stretching from pelvis up through the collarbone and back. Now bring the gaze around as one hand comes down the thigh towards the hip crease. And then the gaze goes to the other side, watching that hand come down and back up. And just let that flow back and forth a few times. Now you might bring a hand down to the hip crease, the knee crease, or you might bring it back to your heel. Raise the opposite arm up, little finger going up towards the ceiling, gaze on the thumb. And then bring the gaze around to the hand, whether it's on the bottom of the thigh or the heel, and bring the gaze back up. Then strong through the belly. Little help as your hand comes up the back of your thigh and the other comes down. We'll do the other side, bringing the gaze and the hand down to the knee crease or out to the heel. Other hand reaches up through the little finger, gaze goes to the thumb. Then gaze goes down towards the hand down below and comes back up. Then run that hand behind, back up the thigh, and bring the hand down. Let's come up to a mountain pose. Feel the bottom of the feet against the mat, against the rug, whatever they are on. Grounding down. Legs alive as the heels dig in a little bit and bring the calves and shins alive, thighs dynamic. Some distance from the pelvis, up through the sternum and the chin. Not jutting out, retracted back a bit, as if a raindrop could come right down through you into the ground. Take one long, deep breath here. Inhale, arms rise, gaze rises. Exhale, soften knees and hips, hands on opposite elbows, perhaps, as you come down towards the floor. Inhale, back up, hands come to shins and open through the back, bending at the base of the spine, and then coming back down. Inhale, up, sweeping arms up and around. They meet at the top in steeple fingers. Ground down through the feet. Inhale, up through the back and the front, up through the fingers, and exhale over to the side. Inhale, up, long through the body and over, just as much as you can do, keeping that length through the body. Inhale, up, and exhale over. And one last time. And come back up. Bring the hands down and clasp the hands back behind the buttocks, interlacing the fingers at the back of the buttocks. Inhale there, then exhale, push the hands forward, fingers interlaced, forward, exhale. Inhale as that comes up overhead. Exhale as hands come back behind the hips. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale up. And exhale back. Now turn the hands in the back as you're ready for Yoga Mudra. Soften the knees and soften the hips as the arms rise and back. Maybe the torso just comes over parallel. Careful here of the arms, the shoulders. Maybe the head comes down a little farther. Strong through the belly as you come slowly back up. Take a breath. And then one more time, finding your version of Yoga Mudra. Tuck in the tummy as you come up. Now bring the hands to the hips. One foot comes forward and one foot comes back. Toes are all forward. The front hand comes on to the front thigh and the back hand comes on to the glutes in the back. Eyes out to the horizon, long in the neck, long through the tailbone. Stretch from pelvis up through sternum as gaze rises up towards the ceiling, keeping the back of the neck long and coming back up. Bring hands down to the sides and arch them up. Arms rise. Don't let the neck flip back. The length in the neck, shoulders relaxed. Opening in the front of the hips and bring it back. Change feet. One hand on the thigh in front and one hand on the glute in back, feeling the engagement there because you've got a hip extension in the front, feeling the glute strong and opening from pelvis up through sternum as eyes rise and come back. Then arms arch up, opening from the foot in the back, up through leg and hip, across the chest and up. And bring it back down. Bring both feet together. Now we're going to do an extreme shoulder shrug. So usually this is a stressful thing to do, and we spend some of our time not only with our heads forward, but also with our shoulders a little stressed. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears. This actually is a strengthener. We do need to raise our shoulders. And try to take a belly breath here. Very difficult, right? So when we have these tight shoulders, it's hard to breathe. And now the reward, letting the shoulders come down, relaxing completely through the shoulders. Feeling the relaxation through the neck and the jaw. We'll do that one more time. Bring the shoulders up, strengthening the trapezius and the levator scapula as you bring the shoulders up. 3, 2, and 1. And then let everything come down. Cheeks and ears, jaw. Now we're going to elevate the shoulders once again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and bring the neck back. And then roll the head side to side. So my shoulders are up, my shoulder blades are squeezed together, and I'm rubbing the neck across the trapezius and come back up. If that's difficult for you, you can always put something around your neck. Might be a blanket or anything you have around. Squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the shoulders, and then turning the head, using the neck to massage the shoulders and the shoulders to massage the neck muscle. And release that. Now let's dance a little bit. Enough stress. Bring feet wide. Let the arms go up in one side and across and up in the other. Heel rises on the opposite side. Just letting your body come into the momentum of this swing. One more on each side. And bring it down to middle. Feet come close together. Step out to one side. The arms come up on that side. Heel rises. Then bring the arms across. Front arm, hand goes up, and back, the hand goes down. Then brush the earth as the front arm comes across. Arms come wide, and hands and feet come together. Step out on the other side, raise the arms, bring them across, front arm, hand up, back hand down, come across, brush the earth, open the arms, and come together. Step out, arms up, come across, front hand up, brush the earth, arms wide, and come together. One more time, step out, arms up, brush across, front palm up, and come down, brush the earth wide and together. One more dance while we're in the dance mood. Bring the feet wide. Hands are up. Imagine you're holding a rainbow, and we'll do our rainbow dance. The one knee bends and the other hand comes down to the leg on the side. Imagine that you are holding the rainbow and letting it flash across the sky. Letting the body just flow as it pleases. Then coming back through center, let the feet remain wide. One arm comes up and the other one comes down the thigh for a side bend, nice long, luxurious side bend. and across the other side. Come up through center, arms are wide, fingers out towards the wall on either side. Then opposite hand to opposite shin or ankle, opening up on that side. Inhale, strong in the tummy as you come up and come down on the other side. Strong through the tummy as you come up. Arms come into cactus arms, feet turn out, and knees bend. My feet have to come a little wider apart here as we come into goddess. Tailbone coming straight down, long neck, chin in line, head right above the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale back, inhale up, and come back perhaps a little bit deeper than you were before. Hands come down to the thighs. Turn the body so that the nose is coming towards the knee on that side, and let the chest come down towards the thigh, across the middle, over to the other thigh, and up. Inhale, as you exhale, down across the thigh, over, and up with an inhale. Exhale down and across, inhale up. This is supposed to calm the heart. And one more time across. And bring it up. Bring the feet back together. We'll do a balance here. You might want to have a chair on one side. You may not need the chair. If you want it there for assurance, that's always fine. We're going to establish the foundation leg. If you have a chair, it's the one near the foundation leg. Ground down through the foot, dynamic leg, bringing the energy up through that side of the body. Then we're going to raise the knee frontwards as hands also rise up with the knee. And coming back down, let's do that a few times. Perhaps feeling the wobble through that grounded foot and leg. Now the next time, let's bring the arms wide and the knee rises just as much as it rises with range of motion. No need to compare. If it goes up just a little bit, that's fine. One more time. Now come forward. Bring the toe down and touch and come out to the sides. Let your body do whatever it would like to here, according to your needs and possibilities. Maybe there's a circling round from one position to the other. And we'll bring it down. Bring the chair over to the other side if you have a chair. Foundation leg grounds down, lifting up through the body. Knee lifts and hands come up and down and up and down. And one more time. Now arms come wide, knee lifts to the side, respecting your range of motion here. Then adding them together in any way you would like to. Dancing a little bit through this balance. And gradually bringing it back. Shake out the legs. We're going to do some isometric contractions here. I take off my glasses because I'm going to bring my hand to the side of my head right by the temple. So the palm of my hand is on the temple. I'm pushing into the head, and the head is trying to turn, trying to rotate over that way, over to the side. But you're not letting it. The hand doesn't let it, and thus you get an isometric contraction where the muscle's trying to do something, but it's not really moving. These kind of exercises are quite accessible. You don't really need to move, but you're getting strength. Release that. And this time we're going to try to make the head go to the side. So it's as if you're going to the side, but your hand is not letting you, pushing head into hand as if it were going down towards the shoulder. You can release and do it again. Then let that hand come down and do it on the other side. First, as if you are turning the head and the hand is not letting you. You might release it and then do it again. Then changing it so that your head is trying to go ear down to shoulder, but your hand is not letting it. These are neck strengtheners. Then coming up through center, bring your hands back behind your skull, interlace the fingers back there, and push the head back into the hands. Another isometric contraction. Release, and once again, push back. That was lots of exercise for the neck. Now, bring your fingers, your second and third, your forefinger and middle finger, to the place where your jaws come together. Press the jaws together and you'll feel the muscle here where the jaws come together. Then relax that muscle and twist the fingers. So it's almost like you're ringing as the fingers twist in that place of the muscle. And then we'll do a similar thing up near the temple. So again, bringing the fingers to the temple and wringing the skin back and forth, wringing that muscle back and forth, and relaxing down through the face, down through the neck. My chin was jutting out there. For 3, 2, and 1. Have a seat. You might want to have your blanket under you if you'd like that. And let's come back to the range of motion of the neck. Let's see where we're at now for our natural range of motion. Turning the head, chin going from side to side, shoulders relaxed. Perhaps you hear a little less crunching and noise than usual in your neck. Then coming back through center, let an ear go down towards a shoulder, not straining, just your normal range of motion. Feeling where that range of motion is for you. Now letting the gaze and chin lead the way upwards, just looking up, not radically, just a bit, and then bring the chin down towards the chest. What's your range of motion here? Then bringing the head back up, protract the chin out in the way we've been saying not to do, and then retract it back. So when you are using a computer or reading a book or a phone, If you can bring something up in front of you, it's going to save your neck. Otherwise, if it's down here, let the neck be long and then let the eyes go down and perhaps the head bends a little bit. But rather than going forward and getting in this position, keeping a long neck and then going down. Then one more movement that will just test the range of motion is bringing a sliding to the neck, to the side, as if you're eavesdropping with an ear, going from side to side. Like an Indian dancer, your eyes might go in one direction and then the other direction. Very effective dance move. And coming back to your center. All right, let's stretch one leg out and bring the other sole beside the thigh and across if you'd like. Wrap the opposite hand around that leg, or hand comes to the outside of the knee. Other hand comes back behind as a kickstand. Energy out through the front heel. Inhale up through the crown. Exhale as ribs turn slightly. Inhale up. Exhale, shoulders turn slightly. Inhale up. And the neck spirals round. Breathing. Keeping the channel open. Release and unwind. Other foot comes up, extend out through the opposite heel. Come over. Hand or arm coming round that leg. Other hand back behind. Inhale up and exhale, starting at the lower part of your body with a gentle spiral. Always elongating and then bringing that twist a little farther up the spine. Finally, bringing the neck around. Appreciating the great flexibility of the neck, if only we give it a chance. 3, 2, and 1, and turn back. We'll come down to a lying position. Let all of your life energies relax down into the mat, into the earth. Take a few long breaths here. Bend the right leg and bring the right sole of the foot to the earth as the left foot, the ankle of the left leg comes up onto the thigh of the right leg. Keep the right foot down on the mat as the hand, the open palm of the left hand comes against the inner thigh of the left leg. Push gently down. Hand against inner thigh. Relaxing down through the hips. Relaxing through the jaw. One last breath here. Then uncrossing. Left foot is on the mat, knee bent, and right ankle is on the left thigh. Right hand pushes gently against the inner thigh of the right leg. Stretching the psoas muscle deep within the abdomen. Relax down through the cheeks and the throat and the abdomen. One last breath. Uncross, Bring the legs to a comfortable position. They might be extended. You might want a blanket under your knees, or knees might tent together with legs, feet wide. Take a nice big breath. Feel the skull heavy against the earth, relaxing through the neck, across the back of the shoulders, the armpit, the elbow, down through wrist and fingers, palms of the hands open. Relaxing back up through forearms, the tops of the arms, the fronts of the shoulders, the sides of the neck, the jaw, the front of the throat. Lungs softly expanding and contracting. Stomach and intestines soft. Hips and glutes puddled down. Soft through thighs, calves, ankles, and the bottom of the feet. Each toe relaxed down to the earth. If you feel you want to stay in this position for longer, please do so. You're coming back into your day, bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Maybe turn wrists, ankles if they're available. And give your knees a hug. What intention would you like to bring back to your day from this yoga practice? Perhaps your vitality to meet the day. And rolling over, we'll come up into a brief sitting position, or you can remain lying down. May we be healthy. May we make peace in our world. May we be a channel of vitality. And may we express our unique life force. Namaste. Thanks for practicing.